Are we still doing this show?
I think so.
Cash. Los Angeles. Rock and roll. My money.
When will they stop?
Well, now. Long Beach, clear skies.
And now, on with the show.
Let's giddy up.
Yes.
Here we are in the last weekend of July. Can you believe that already? Feels like half the year's gone. In fact, it is.
Yeah. It's only been half.
It's Mornings on the Beach, your Saturday, Sunday morning show program right here. I'm Danny Lemos.
I'm Mike Stark.
Melanie Ray.
And today on the show, your grocery prices are higher. It's not your imagination. And there's a reason behind it, and it's not what you think. Stay here. We'll get into that coming up on the show.
The Prince of Darkness has left the building.
Yep.
We'll get into that also in a deeper way. We are in preparation to leave the dock, as we might say, with the KLBP cruise. You may have heard about it. Actually, Mike knows all about it.
Yeah, baby.
And it's on Thursday, August 14th. So we're going to fill up a boat with a bunch of folks. We're going to throw some wine at it. We're going to throw food at it. We're going to set sail at sunset, right, for a dinner cruise that'll be unparalleled. So it'll be a lot of fun. If you want to join us, you can. So it's also for a good cause. We're trying to raise money to build ourselves a new newsroom, preferably above ground, because there's no room down here. We got to expand.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that by asking 100 people if they'll give us $100. That'll take care of what we need, $10,000. But let's just say that, I know what, I only have $50. Well, I'll tell you what, that's a bargain, because you're going to get dinner, you're going to get drinks, you're going to get a boat cruise, and it's all going to cost $50. That's one ticket for the cruise. So if you want to find out more about it, all the information about why we're doing it, how to do it, whatever, it's all on klbp.org/donate, and all the information is right there. We hope to see you.
Absolutely.
It's going to be fun. I don't know if you've ever done it. The Harbor
Long
Cruise.
time ago. Does a sunset look the same?
You know what? It might be in a different place. I don't realize how fast the sun moves across the sky, because I'm sitting behind a building where the sun's being blocked out by the building in the park the other day for the concerts, the municipal band concerts.
Oh, right.
Then all of a sudden the sun's in my eyes again. Apparently it moved left. and I stayed put, but that was pretty awesome. I didn't realize in this time of year, wow, the sun does move. However, sunset on the harbor, it's going to be a really hot August. We can tell because we've had no sun in July.
Yeah.
They're saving it all up for us. So come on out with and join us. That's the KLBP Harbor Cruise. Information, klbp.org/donate. End of commercial. Well, I'll tell you something. This week, what's stunning for me, not the Trump news, although there's a lot of that. What's stunning for me is what happened in pop culture regarding a musician, who basically stopped the world for the day that he died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ozzy.
Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne. And I thought, wait a minute, this is a cultural thing. It's not just musicians and a genre thing. Though I was a disco boy, I wasn't really into hard rock.
Right.
Still, when you play some of his top tunes, I know them.
Of course.
It's part of you just heard
part of
it.
the culture.
Yeah,
now.
now about living it. But I thought I would invite on the show one of the hosts who does a hard rock show here, Hollywood. DJ Hollywood's with us. And I wanted to talk about, why do you think he made such a deep impression outside of his own genre?
Well, you know what? I think I have a unique perspective on this, just for the fact of my age and my generation, because I was born in 1968. So, which means that as I grew up, I missed the whole Black Sabbath first phase. I was in elementary school, but by the time 1981 came around, which was when Blizzard of Oz was released in the United States,
Oh, was that it?
I was 13 years old. Okay?
Yeah.
So
Right
keep in mind, as a 13-year-old kid, you're about to enter high school, and all your teen years you're so impressionable.
Oh, yeah.
And so when that album came out, as a 13-year-old kid, everybody went nuts. It was literally crazy, to say the least. But And all the kids in school were wearing Blizzard of Oz T-shirts and Diary of a Madman T-shirts. And throughout the 80s, you know, hearing his music as he was releasing albums. And keep in mind, I am right there, that prime demographic of the MTV generation. Right there, August 1st, 1981, boom, I was in front of the TV.
Right.
And so Ozzy's impact on me is it's pretty deep. I mean, people have said, you know, and just seeing types of comments on social media and even talking to people, it's like, well, you didn't know Ozzy personally, so why are you so, you know, emotional about it?
Right.
It's because even though I didn't know him personally,
right,
it's personal to me.
Yeah.
If you understand what I'm trying to say.
I do.
It's personal to me.
What was it about that whole music that got to you? Do you think, is there a way to put that into words? Like, what was it that reached out? Was it the lyrics? Was it I identify?
Yeah, it was just, there was something about the music combined with the lyrics and then the way Ozzy sang. Ozzy, admittedly, himself and others have said he wasn't the greatest of vocalists, but there was something unique about him. And this came through loud and clear at the Black Sabbath Back to the Beginning concert in Birmingham. Because if anybody saw that, there were a bunch of bands there that were doing a lot of Black Sabbath covers, a lot of Ozzy Osbourne covers, and yet these singers, many of them were not able to hit Ozzy's range and tone and phrasing. And so it really showed that there was something unique about the way Ozzy sang, the way he approached melodies, musical melodies, how he created those musical melodies against different guitar riffs and musical riffs. In fact, Geezer Butler and Tony Iommi, both of them have said that Ozzy was amazing at doing counter melody. That there was just something just strange in his brain that he would hear a riff that Tony was playing, or even when he was in his own Ozzy band, that he was able to hear something and he would just start humming and singing along gibberish, and then it would turn into words, and then it's like, oh, there you go, there's a hit song.
So as that kid, what resonated with you specifically that he's so mean? I hear the emotion in your voice. What was it to you that he reached?
I think for me, Melanie, is that growing up as a teen, we played his music constantly at our keg parties, house parties, and everything. Yeah, it was, you know, I come from a small town, and a small town kid, there's not much to do, and yet we loved music. We would go to the park, we would go to the woods, we'd go down to by the river, and we're drinking our beer and smoking.
So it's a real moment for you,
Oh, absolutely. So I hear that music, and I'm like, oh, it transports me back to the amazing fun times I had with my friends, cranking music and just having a blast at these parties. And it was just literally, as cliche as it sounds, it was the soundtrack of my youth.
Yeah, wow. And so many others. Youth. If you got a chance to see any of the headlines about it this past week, there was all kinds of his last moments, his final words, what his wife said. But to me, the man who was well known to me as a youth, because he was banned in our household for biting that head off the bat moment,
story,
right?
Yeah.
Then he transcends that with reality television and uses it to expose us to a different side of him, his sense of humor, his kids, and then, in a sense, dies a legacy. You never would have thought that when I was 12 years old, that was going to be his legacy. Pretty amazing guy, I got to say.
I agree, and I think what I heard that day on Tuesday, you know, we have in Los Angeles, we do have a major, you know, rock station, and that station started playing Black Sabbath and Ozzy music all day long, which is great. But here's the thing, I was very conflicted by what I heard, because on one hand, I was happy. They're playing all these deep cuts. They're playing stuff, deep in the catalog of Master of Reality, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, Sabotage. They're reaching down deep in there. They're playing Supernuts, Sabracadabra, Killing Myself to Live. They're playing all these songs that they don't play on the radio normally.
Right.
And then part of me is thinking, watch, give it a couple days, and they're going to go right back to playing the same old 5 Ozzy songs, the same 5 Sabbath songs over and over ad nauseum.
Well, we're going to be exposed to it. I know you have a special coming up, right? You're going to have a tribute on your show?
Absolutely. I'm actually going to be doing a 2-hour tribute on Monday night. So that's going to be on Monday, July the 28th.
Great.
And I'll be kind of expressing myself, my personal feelings, how I grew up. I'm going to be sharing some thoughts and condolences from friends that grew up with me in Naugatuck, Connecticut, and as well as sharing some headlines. I'm going to be playing music from the Sabbath catalog as well as Ozzy's catalog, and I'll be introducing actually a brand new segment on Gen X Rock Hidden Treasures, which is every Monday night at 9, but for the tribute, I'm starting it at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, if you're going to listen, it's 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'll start the tribute at 8 p.m. Beyond the Realms of Rock is going to be kind of bumped just for this 1 week.
All right. Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what. That's what makes us different from the corporate radio that you talked about. We're getting emotion. We're getting people who really feel and getting a chance to also get on the air and express that to you.
Yeah.
So, and thanks for keeping his music alive on both of your shows, actually, Mike and Hollywood. And we'll see you hopefully soon on the KLBP cruise.
I will absolutely be there. I'm looking forward to it.
I hope so. And your fans will be showing up. They'll find all about it on your show on Monday.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Melanie. Take care.
Thank you.
Show.
It's time for us to get to a little music ourselves here.
It's not Ozzy, but it's John Prine.
Close enough.
Brand new music from an older album, sort of an outtake from an older album. But hey, nothing.
That's a great song. And I was...
Say that was brand new from John Prine?
Yeah. When I was listening to it, I thought, this is great. It's a great song. Thank you, Mike, for introducing us to that. And we have a new feature on the show being born this week because we are the watchdog. We're going to keep talking about the stuff that the White House hopes you'll forget about, but we're not going to here on the air. But this is called, our new segment is called Trump Dump.
Trump dump.
Yes.
I like it.
Oh,
Right
we're going with the dump truck.
Yeah.
That wasn't where I was going.
Well, Melanie.
Let's look for some more sound effects.
It'll go either way.
Yes.
But however, let's start with this week. New photos and videos highlight the close ties between Epstein and Trump. Of course they would.
Plop.
Eventually.
That's a plop sound right there.
They don't want you to be thinking about that. So, of course, Congress adjourned a day early. They're already home on their vacations for August. And they hope that when they come back in September, that you'll have forgotten about this. And if it's up to us, no, you won't, because we want to keep talking about it.
And you know what? If it's up to the MAGA supporters, they won't forget either, because supposedly they're blowing up the phones.
And this is something that I did not
expect. At the congressman's house.
Are they?
Offices.
Oh, yeah. They're going insane.
I hope so.
Now. And they should be going insane on a false promise. Basically, I find it strange that that's the promise.
Out of a million false promises.
Yeah, God, it's that one right
I'd like to
there.
remind you there's still no wall between us and Mexico, but this is the one. And I'm glad they're making a big deal out of it just because I don't want him to have any peace. Yeah. But overall, just shut up, because they're not in it out of concern for girls or victims or women. It's none of that.
You're on your own.
Yeah, we're on our own. Yeah. It's not even, these women are still alive, right? These women that were victimized, girls who were raped, are still alive.
And they're making it seem if it's the problem for the aggressors, in a sense. They're poor things. It's their problem. No.
These were girls, by the way.
I love that you keep bringing that up.
Yes.
Because let's not forget that part.
We're talking 14-year-old girls.
But if you need any further information about why this is not about you, what they're up to at all, just think this week, the Supreme Court, they're allowing the president to fire members of the Product Safety Agency, basically the Consumer Protection Bureau. They're going to fire 15 of them, which makes it difficult to get any kind of justice if you have a product that is gone wrong on the public and your protection. Guess what? No, that's not going to happen.
As though those systems were efficient anyway, at least there was something.
Yeah.
No, he's ripping down the government, and here we're all watching.
Once again, this court uses its emergency docket to destroy the independence of an independent agency, as established by Congress. That's Justice Elena Kagan, who's saying, just not forget that we established this, and he's getting rid of it. And what does it spell for you and me? Well, by firing 3 Democratic commissioners, the president has undermined the independent structure of the commission and its critical work. And the Supreme Court's letting it happen. So they can't get anything done.
No one cares about
They're
you.
hamstrung. Yeah, this is going on now. Well, they're trying to distract you with forget about Epstein. But one of the interesting articles that I read is in the Atlantic this week, and it's called Presidential Pettiness. So it discusses all of the things that are coming out of this White House. And it says, all presidents, regardless of whether there were a lot of them that were flawed human beings, but regardless of their personality, they had at least some notion about government, some sense of what they wanted to accomplish in the most powerful office of the world. Donald Trump exhibits no such guiding belief.
Well, and then optics, right? Even your most douchebaggy of presidents was aware of optics, how it would look to take away these rights at this moment.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about a narcissist is that their awareness of their perception from the outside is not even an issue. They have none of it. Right. That's why he can go on and cry about how mean Colbert is, and it's the me. And he doesn't even care that he looks like a whining baby. Now, there have been other presidents who were whining babies, I am sure. But they had people around them at least to make them look like grown men.
I think you have to take a moment in your life to let it sort of sink in, the reality, but he doesn't take those moments. There's no introspect in this president at all. And as the Atlantic says, Trump has appeared animated by anger, fear, and most of all, pettiness. A small-minded vengefulness that takes the place of actual policy making.
He's an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
He's an 8-year-old boy.
So instead of protecting you and me from whatever is out there, including diseases, a hairdryer that electrocutes us, whatever it be.
Rapists.
There's that. Yeah, thank God.
Right.
Rather than do that, he's going to be vengeful and fearful and expose us all. I don't know about you, but I have to sort of bring myself around to life every single day to sort of rise up out of my bed to say I'd rather just stay here and pull the covers up all day.
It's hard.
Yeah. The one thing this week, everyone's been saying, okay, Colbert's out. Who's next? And of course, the president decides it's going to be Kimmel.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, or day before yesterday,
The View.
Decided it was going to be The View. Joy Behar.
They're going to get it. He's going to get them all eventually.
Come in, and then what would be left? Right?
You can watch
It'll
Megyn
be
Kelly Comedy Hour. Have fun with that.
Yeah. Well, we're not even there yet, but that's literally what's left. Once they get rid of all the things that are entertaining about television, that would be next. Yeah. So what, I don't know. I just think, but what? The important part here, if you're listening, is to remember all of this is going on at the same time that we don't know whether or not our president was involved in these allegations of nastiness. That's as far as I'm going to go. I'm picking my words very carefully.
Well, we don't know yet. So
we don't.
Yeah.
Right.
What?
So we'll see whether or not he's involved in all of this. He's acting like somebody who's got something to hide.
So pay no attention to all the photos, all the interviews, and his response.
Yeah. He never met the guy.
Yeah. Here's 20 pictures of us hugging.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so where does this stop? And there are those, of course, who go all the way through with us and saying maybe this is the one thing that he never considered might be the damaging factor that will finally start turn the tide.
Well, how would this turn into something that takes him out of the office? That's the thing. Is I'm all about making life hard for him, so I say keep talking about.
I don't know. That's a good question.
But what is the process where we say whatever. He's been impeached twice.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's untouchable, just like he said he would.
Well,
I like causing him more stress, and this causes him stress.
You can tell it's causing him stress.
Yes.
If anything, you can really see.
No, like I said, optics. He's telling us over and over
He's
again
freaking out.
how hard this is on him.
Yeah.
And all the distractions. But I got to tell you, I'm going to stop you all right here.
Okay.
Right this moment, I'm going to stop you.
What, Mike? What?
Because he did give some of us hope. Yesterday, he was talking about lowering med prices.
He sure did.
And he talked about lowering them 1,000%.
Yes, I saw that. In fact,
How would he make that up?
Because they do lie terribly. We will have reduced drug prices by 1,000%, by 1,100, 1,200, 1,300,
He can't even make up his mind.
700, 600.
Yeah.
Not
Come on.
30 or 40 or
600.
50%, but numbers the likes of which you've never even dreamed of before.
that's
No,
because
no
we
way.
Okay, now here you go. Here we go. Here's the thing.
That's the best.
Does that apply to the dispensaries?
Oh, good question.
Because if it does, there's going to be a long line out in front of
They'd
there.
be like, Mike, this is the dispensary calling. You haven't picked up your check and you need to come and get your medication as well because we're paying you now.
Right.
According to the president, we're paying you now.
So, okay.
Well, you can't afford your groceries, but luckily they'll be paying you to take your meds, so
Right.
that'll
I
balance
love
out.
it. You got to keep laughing at it. You really do because this is the new normal, and that's
Oh.
a tip off of our next song.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is a song by Sheryl Crow, just brand new song.
Yeah.
And she's
I love
always
her.
outspoken. And this song talks about it. It's called The New Normal.
All right. It's Mornings on the Beach for your Sunday morning. KLBP 99.1 FM is where you are in Long Beach. If you're in downtown, you're listening terrestrially. If not, you're listening on klbp.org or on the new app.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
The app is best.
We got a lot of folks listening on the app. So
Yeah,
I'm really
the app
happy about
is
that.
so easy.
And if you follow us, by the way, if you're on Instagram, we're Mornings on the Beach. And if you type that into Spotify, you'll find all our old episodes. So there we are. Today, I love this. We just played a song last weekend by the Dropkick Murphys. And here they are in the news right away.
Right.
Again.
We're so topical.
They're the American Celtic punk band, widely known for their 2005 hit, I'm Shipping Up to Boston. And they said they will no longer perform at any Punk in the Park shows after they learned the festival's organizer donated to the Trump campaign.
Right on.
Punk rock and Donald Trump don't belong together. They say through their manager. And the frontman, Ken Casey, told an audience, the far right ain't the new punk.
Yeah.
I love
nice,
it. That's
nice.
great. Yeah,
and
more
that's
resistance.
what we need is more of that, of that. They can have their AI music,
Yeah.
right? We'll take real artists who won't put up with this fascism.
You can go two ways, and the one thing you have and you can never give up is your own participation in something.
Yeah.
So you have that to take away from anything. Now, that can also be taken away from you. However, if they won't get you unless you let them, and you could even go deep and say even people in jail can feel that way, that I will not let you get me because I just won't go there with you. However, this is something I think this time of the year that we should be mindful of, folks being out in public. And I know that has changed plans for a lot of things in Long Beach, canceling festivals or organizing within church groups even to saying, let's postpone that this year. And let's wait. That's where it comes down to take the local toll. And again, rises that anxiety level.
It does.
But if you don't need anything else to rise your anxiety level, how about your groceries? If you've been to the market this past week, you'll notice the creep up's happening.
1,000%!
5,000%.
60, 42, just
that
list
simple,
numbers.
Right? What normally would cost me, and I'm really good. I buy the same things pretty much every week when I go in my room to Target. And it's always the same price. And this past week, it was $5 more. And I looked at the receipts and I said, oh, that's up a couple of cents. It all adds up, right? Little by little, it's all creeping up on you. And they're saying, especially in fruits and vegetables, and I try to maintain a mostly vegetarian diet, so I do notice the impact.
Right.
For what one was cheap. It's no longer cheap. But why is this happening? And no, it's not the Trump tariffs affecting you at this moment, though on some products may be, but not yet. Mostly it's climate change. These horrendous weathers we are having. And of course, now the Trump administration wants to remove from the EPA the designation that this is harmful, that climate change is harmful. Hello.
Yep.
I'm looking at the vegetables in my store, and if there's less of them and they're telling me it's because of the weather's been horrendous in parts of the world, I'm affected.
Yeah.
So I feel so helpless, rambling down kind of like a stainless steel wall and trying to get a grip with all of the stuff that goes on, and it's moving us backwards.
Yep.
How can we take the earth, which we all belong to, and say, let's put a pause on that? We know we're running out of time. We just know. But no, apparently this administration thinks they can stall it. And
wouldn't it be nice if that was one of the distractions that he threw at us?
So sweet.
Right.
Yeah, that would be sweet. But it just, how? I don't get it. I'm watching things like online and also on PBS, defunded. Did you see the sign this week?
Yes. It's all, I got to be honest, it's all got the best of me this week. I have certain weeks where I can not look at it. The story of the woman in Tennessee got me. Went in for prenatal care and they turned her down because she's not married. And that's in Tennessee state law. They can, I forget what they call it, like a conscious, you can refuse care because of your conscience.
Well, they just wrote out Planned Parenthood's budget here for California.
Right.
So that's it.
Yeah.
It's gone on that part. So no longer will it be easy for people to get that care that they need.
I got a 17-year-old, it's...
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It creeps closer and closer.
Yeah.
Right to home.
Yeah.
And it's the little things like that.
It's not even
The
a little
groceries.
thing, right? It's what they're saying. I mean, with that kind of logic, what they're saying is we're going to punish your baby because your man didn't stick around.
But it'd be like...
I mean, what is even the logic and refuse?
I don't get it.
With prenatal care, without prenatal care, you increase the odds of the baby being born with a disability, the baby being born premature, needing special education, needing all these other expenses, which they are also taking away. So, if you don't want that expense, then prenatal care is... I'm a special ed teacher, so you can prevent a lot of disabilities by making sure these needs are met during development. No, we're not going to do that, and we're not going to offer you support when the baby's born. We're pro-life.
And I've been involved in HIV education since 1992, and they just removed the budget for HIV testing here in California as well.
Yeah.
$1.5 billion.
So here, we're not going to give you health care, and we're not going to allow you to stay healthy.
Yeah, no, not at all. But this is from the administration that thinks because climate change isn't a thing, it's a hoax, that it's like sawing off the branch they're standing on. When it comes to the planet, you're standing on it too, and if it collapses, so do you, and all your MAGA friends go with us. I don't get it. It's like, it doesn't all make sense. But then again, that must be the hallmark of this presidency.
Well, and I think with the 1% too, it's so much money that you never even see us walking down the street. You never even see humans. I mean, they're in driven cars and private airplanes and private this and driven that. They don't even see Joe Blow, you and me, walking down the street, going to work, picking up our dog's poop, going grocery. They don't even have to rub elbows with us.
And I got to say, that's on both sides of the aisle, too. Sometimes it's
for
you get removed from it all, and you
sure.
suddenly think people live on what you provide for them. And
a billionaire, you never see a billionaire walking by.
And speaking of billionaires, though, we've got a new restaurant in Hollywood, the Tesla restaurant.
Oh,
this past week. Have you seen this sucker?
No. It's getting worse.
Orange and Santa Monica. It looks like the Jetsons had built it because it's so beautiful, and it's a beautiful building, I got to say. But what strikes most people is the cost of the hamburgers. The headline, your eyeballs will bug out when you hear about the prices. And so they're talking about a regular hamburger costing you around $21. I guess not bad.
That's not
$21
nowadays. Unfortunately, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it is anyway. But if you want add-ons like cheese, of course, that's another $4. So your hamburger can be almost $30 when it comes down to it.
I totally get it.
And then if you want to buy one of their drinks, you can buy one of their drinks that they make there. They make their own soft drinks. It's $7 for a glass or $10 for the big glass. Wow. $10 for a drink. No, thank you.
Whenever I take a Lyft and it's a Tesla, I don't even know how to get in and out of the car. So I can only assume that in the restaurant, I'm just wandering around touching things. Is this it? Let me out. Is this
All the reviewers on social media descended on the restaurant this week to decide for themselves and found that they're so disorganized. The staff is to give them some time. But that's kind of with every restaurant that opens up. But I don't think I'd be going there to have a hamburger anytime soon.
No.
Maybe to drive by and take a picture of the building, and that's what a lot of people
nothing
do.
with the Tesla name gets my business.
Yeah, well, there you go. But that's, and if that isn't, if you'll need the steps to work off that burger, we've got good news for you this week, and that is that the number of steps required to keep yourself healthy isn't anywhere near 10,000.
What?
Yep. Nope. How much do you think is a good amount of steps to take?
1,642.89.
Right.
7,000 is the new
Okay,
figure.
7,000.
It's about 2.3 miles a day. I know because that's exactly the steps I take. Well, not exactly, because I don't stop exactly when I get to 7,000.
That's it. I have to live here now.
But that's normal, and that's kind of cool. I like that my regular walking, Boomer and I back to the station or, out for picnics or grocery or whatever, we get it done. And that's all you need to keep yourself healthy. If you want to go full term, you can even go to adjust your diet and be healthy that way if you want to. I'm experiencing great results from my diet, my change. It's not very exciting, except there are good tastes, I got to say.
Right.
But I'm getting rid of the white bread. I'm off the white flour.
Oh, that's a hard one there.
Yeah, I'm off the sugar, except for every once in a while, but I don't have any in the house anymore. My last bout with sugar, I thought I was just jonesing.
Yeah,
So I
it's a
went
hard
out,
addiction.
isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
And I got a piece of suicide cake from Modica's. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's the size of a brick, and it's all chocolate and fudge, and it's so good.
Oh, my God.
So I craved that, and I thought, I got to have cake and ice cream. So I went and got a little tub. By the way, $7 for a pint now of ice cream, and I had them together. And for the next 2 days, I paid the price. That's all I'm going to say. It was horrible.
Can you sit and eat? Can you eat a whole piece of suicide cake?
The answer is yes.
Oh, see, I
Should I? No.
Right, I can't eat. It's so sweet.
And it did something massive to my insides because they didn't like it
It is called suicide cake, Danny.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to go out, that's the way I'm going to go out. I swear to God. It's Mornings on the Beach. Let's get to a little music for us. And another great song.
Another new song,
Yeah,
also from Willie's kid, Lucas Nelson, and Born Running Out of Time.
It's Mornings on the Beach. The song started before I even got a chance to say, this is his son? Yeah. That's awesome. That's great. Oh, great song. I love it very much. Yeah, very, very cool.
You got to love Willie and everything from him.
Yeah. We talked just a few minutes ago about good things for your body, and I left out one thing, and I want to get to that, and that is that if you're, when do you go to bed? First, I'll start with that. When do you go to bed? Early, late? Are you
I'm an 11.
Yeah, so that's pretty average, right?
I'm in there.
Yeah, I'm in the midnight range.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you do it?
It's just the way it's the way I work.
You
obviously.
must. Do you sleep in late?
I get up between 7 and 8.
Right, that's
Yeah,
late.
I'm about.
For me, that's the dog.
6:37.
6 o'clock, we're up.
Well,
no.
of course.
So at 9 o'clock, it turns off. The battery goes dead, and we go to bed. Around 9 o'clock, between 9 and 10, I read, and by the time I fall asleep. But apparently, there's results. If you go to bed earlier, apparently, if you treasure your mind and you want it to be quick and sharp, going to bed early is a good thing. Say that most people, they did some research, 90,000 people participated, and they found those people who went to bed before 9 p.m. and got up early in the morning had very productive mornings, number one, and they were also sharper when they tested them later in the day. So, and then the dementia rates decreased. I had no idea that early sleep. So, yeah. So,
I guess that explains a lot about me now.
I was just saying.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel sharper. I do like a really productive morning. I get up early.
I do too.
I get up early and get all my stuff done and take a nap. It's like a bonus day.
Yeah, that sound was Boomer getting his stuff done right here in the
is that
studio.
what that
Yeah, I
was?
saw your face. Like, what the heck is that?
They're coming for us. They heard what I said.
Speaking of which, I thought we are literally, defunded PBS this week.
Yeah.
The administration did. And they had, I love their slogan outside their building, 3 words. I think it was loyal, trusted, defunded. Just poignant. Beautiful statement.
Yep.
And their chin's up. I'm telling you, a lot of people said canceling Paramount Plus and heading on over to PBS.
I hope there's some kind of combination of Colbert and PBS.
There probably would be.
Bring in
Wouldn't that
some
be
money.
awesome? If they, oh my God, what a great idea!
Right?
If they carried him on their stream,
Yeah.
boom, the rest of their funding for the rest of the year. I definitely, I'll pay whatever. Wow. And that would be a good, a good middle finger to the
It would be all kinds.
My God. He's going to end up on his feet.
Oh, for sure.
He will.
For sure, because
I'll watch him anywhere. I don't care.
Well, and then, as this goes on, the teams are getting more and more solidified on their sides. So the pro Colberts are going to go wherever he is. And the PBSs are going to, you know what I mean? We're going to support, we're going to be against this movement.
Right.
So we just got to get it organized and figure out where to put our money.
And if it's true that it gets worse on late night television, well, so be it. That'll be their own downfall.
Yeah, but I there's also, I know they said they canceled him for financial reasons, which is total bull, of course.
Yeah.
But in general, the late night packages are not getting the ratings they used to get.
People are going to bed earlier.
People are going
to avoid dementia.
But there's also a place where all of these people can go, and that's YouTube.
Oh, I thought you were saying
People laugh at YouTube, but
You're right.
YouTube
You're absolutely right.
is an amazing venue for people to and be able to monetize what they do. Now, for a prime example is I don't watch any of the late night shows on TV. I watch them on YouTube.
Me
Are
too.
you paying for this? Are you doing
too.
the TV, YouTube, whatever?
I pay for premium YouTube, but all that does is it prevents you from having the spots before the clips.
So you're not paying for YouTube TV?
No. Actually, that's a separate app, and I do pay for that.
Oh.
I got rid of my cable, and I'm on YouTube
So
TV
that's your TV is YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Completely.
Fantastic.
But the economics also point towards the late night people going to YouTube, because that's where a good portion of their people watch the shows anyway, and they can monetize that amazingly.
Sure.
I think the sad thing about it is just like news was in the old days and network TV, everybody was getting the same news. Everybody was getting Johnny Carson. Everybody was getting David Letterman. It was a cultural thing that people were sharing.
Yeah, there's no community
and now it's if you're on the left, you watch Colbert. If you're on the, you know what I mean, and it's another it's another way that we're divided and all receiving information that we already have or want.
I still can't get past the fact that they got us away from broadcast television by saying, "Come on over here, there'll be no commercials."
Yeah.
Oh, I know, right?
Well, I pay.
How did we let that happen?
I pay the extra on YouTube, and I don't see a commercial ever.
I need the commercials. Otherwise, how can I get up and go to the bathroom?
You pause. You push pause.
Yeah. Oh, there's that.
You take your phone with you so you can get toilet leg.
That's funny. Last few minutes of the show here. This weekend in town, we have got the Warped Tour live here in town, and if you've been out in town, the footprint is massive. I'm showing Melanie and Mike here a picture of the stage. That's just from Ocean Avenue.
That is
massive. It blocks out the sunlight. It's so huge. That's gonna be. You can't go anywhere near Shoreline. Before you get there, you'll hear it. It's gonna be loud, and that's right here. And then also on Saturday, if you're listening to the Art and Design Walk, KLBP will be broadcasting live from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. out there. That's at Mosaic on the Promenade, which is 3rd and the Promenade North. So if you can't tune in live, if you can't get out there, but if you can, we'll be happy to see you as you come out there. And also, if you're listening on Sunday.
Yeah, we were going to have Bill Ward come back. And obviously, with Ozzy's passing, we have decided to postpone Bill's appearance so he can mourn, and we're going to do an Ozzy tribute. And I've got Sirius XM DJ Dangerous Darren from the Boneyard channel and Hair Nation. He's going to be on with me. And Brian Schock, who I worked with at KNAC, he was the last program director. He's going to show us a softer side to Ozzy that I think you'll be interested in tuning in for. And I just want to add to a little bit of what Hollywood said, if I can take a second.
Sure,
there.
absolutely.
I think that one of the things, and it was played out with Hollywood's emotional discussion of this.
Right.
He got emotional about it.
Yeah, you can hear in his voice.
I wrote a piece just yesterday that got put on Substack for where my book is. And I talked about how over the years, writing the book about Sabbath, people have come to me and said, you know what? Sabbath and Ozzy saved my life. And they were sincere about it, because those bands looked and dealt with people that are, we talk all the time about the people that are underserved. Metal fans were completely underserved. They are the maligned people of the music world.
Right. Wow.
People look at metal people and think they're scumbags. And it just isn't the case. They're regular people just like everybody else. So, they had Ozzy and they had Black Sabbath, and the angst could be taken away by listening to that.
Wow.
So
that's the reason I thought we
Thank
should
you.
talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
It was a big cultural thing for us this week.
yeah, absolutely.
We'll see you next week. And on our way out, what do we have for us here?
Oh, we got to leave with Ozzy. man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy Train.
KLBP is hosting a harbor cruise. Sail away for 2 hours on an evening summer cruise along the dazzling Long Beach Harbor, Thursday, August 14th. Your ticket includes dinner, drinks, music, and special prizes. Help us reach our goal to build a new newsroom for KLBP. Tickets and more information can be found at klbp.org. KLBP Harbor Cruise departs at 7 p.m. out of Shoreline Village, Thursday, August 14th, courtesy of Spirit Cruises, a proud sponsor of KLBP.